Hey horror friends, it's Jamie, your favorite girl on Gore. Thanks for coming by. Today I got a horror movie review for you. Something new, the latest from Blumhouse this month, Unhuman. So first off, big shout out to Horror Movies and Beyond. She creates great horror movie content on her YouTube channel and Instagram. She was actually doing a giveaway for a free copy of Unhuman, and I wouldn't have even known about it unless I would have seen that. And I actually won, so I knew I had to review it. But again, if you aren't following Horror Movies and Beyond already, make sure to check her out because she is so awesome. Unhuman is a brand new movie. It just came out earlier this month, so this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I want to give everybody a chance to see it before I go and blab about it and give away any of the big twists, because there are definitely some twists in this one. So Unhuman follows a group of high school students who are headed on a field trip when, based on circumstances I don't want to give away too much about, their bus crashes and they're attacked by a zombie. Now, these are little pieces of cliques, people who don't get along, people who actually clash for the most part, who are now thrown into a life or death situation where they have to work together. I've heard this one before, but that's essentially what happens. They have to survive through this together despite their differences with one another. Let's talk about some gore. So, this one is actually pretty bloodless. There is not a lot of gore to speak of. The kills are pretty quick and you don't really see a whole lot, save there's one that's a little bit more on the gory side in my opinion. But yeah, not a whole lot of gore. Now, I personally like my zombie movies to be pretty bloody and gnarly. Zombie by Fulci is actually my favorite one. I really love Shaun of the Dead as well. The Beyond is a favorite movie of mine too, which is super gnarly if you've ever seen it. So I really like my zombie movies to be pretty gross. There were some moments that stood out to me in Gore though. There is one kill where there's a pretty gnarly bite to the neck, and that's all I'm gonna say, but the blood is good. It's pretty gooey and gross. There's another moment where there's a great blood burst, and I'm gonna leave it at that too, and that looked nice as well. My favorite scene, I don't want to give it away as far as the gore. I will just say our jock, one of our main characters, slips into something pretty gnarly, and he's basically just sliding around in viscera and grossness, and I liked that. I liked that quite a bit. So if you like your zombie movies and horror movies in general, a little bit more on the bloody side, this one is pretty tame as far as gore is concerned. Let's talk some fashion. So the fashion on this one is also pretty simple, nothing super stand out. It was just made recently this year, so it doesn't have an iconic style or look or feel like 80s clothes would, when it really gives it away that it's an 80s movie. But there was one outfit I really liked, and that goes to our kind of blonde mean girl. All the characters here don't really get a whole lot of development. They're kind of these archetypes, so she's your mean girl. I will say she has an adorable outfit. It's a two-piece yellow kind of crop top and little skirt, and it has little flowers on it. Really cute. It seems like something that you could buy on Shein, that clothing website with the really cheap clothes that are kind of cute that I've been really curious about buying. Definitely seen stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty inexpensive and easy to replicate this look. But that was kind of the standout one for me. Everything else was pretty simple. Shout out to this character Randall though for his beautiful kind of little man waves. Really nice hair. You'll see what I mean if you watch it. Let's get into the overall look of this movie a bit. Unhuman has a lot of style in the fact that you have a lot of lights, a lot of colors. There's scenes where it's almost like a I'm trying to remember what he called it, like a knockoff or layaway version of a rave. So there's lots of green lights, blue lights, pink lights, stuff like that going on. And I mean, it looks good. It sets the scene for what it is. I thought it was a little on the distracting side, kind of like that throw confetti and see what sticks. But if you like that hyper stylized kind of look, definitely would be right up your alley. The quality of this movie looked good too, but I will say they went for this kind of like comic book style editing. I tried to look up if it was maybe based on a comic. Maybe I didn't search long enough. I just did like a quick little search there, because there's moments where they do all these little boxes, like different frames and little squares, and some of the things move really fast. There's this slow-mo scene which has some great moments with things flying around and kids' faces hitting the bus seat in front of them, but it all moves so quickly, it's a little overboard to me. So I wasn't a huge fan of the style of editing, just like really quick stuff and then all these different like split screens and boxes like comic book panels. It just didn't do it for me. It just didn't quite get there, and it was distracting for me. I did really like the scene where our leading lady is crawling through the bus, like the way it was lit and the way she crawled and how the camera was angled. That all looked really, really good. And I also really liked, I just wrote good fear faces in my notes. There's a scene where there's really good fear faces on everybody, and there's something outside and everybody's being kind of quiet, and I just liked how they did that. Good scared faces, everybody. And here's just some little bonus bits, stuff that I liked or stuff that I noticed. I'm a sucker for BFF, best friend relationships in movies. They're typically the ones I'm just most invested in. I think that's a really special relationship, and you can do a lot with that in a movie, especially a horror movie. So I like our two best friends, our main characters. They have a really great relationship. You know, there's a little bit of strain there. They're in high school, so everybody's trying to find their own way, and one of the friends is kind of getting close to the kind of popular kids, and our main character is a little hurt by that. But when it comes down to it, they are really best friends, and they're gonna have each other's back. So there's a moment that I really love where the main character says, "You're my best friend, so have my back and clock that buck." And best friend just comes in and delivers, of course, because that's what best friends do. So definitely awesome BFF energy in this one. Actually, going back to the BFF thing, at the end, our main character gets what her best friend calls a mayhem makeover. I'm interested. I'm listening. A mayhem makeover sounds pretty awesome. So if I need to fight off some zombies to get that, I guess I'll do it. Okay, so some overall final thoughts on Unhuman. Sometimes I think it's just best to go with a storyline and formula that's kind of like proven to be a good mix. Sometimes all you really need to have an entertaining zombie movie is to have an entertaining zombie movie. You don't always have to throw on like a new, fresh take on it. I appreciate anybody who wants to, of course, and I feel like it's not so limited that you can't do new things that are cool and exciting with zombies. I just don't know if Unhuman really kind of like quite got there with their big twist. I was not a fan. Personally, this changed what my overall score for this movie would be. I think that if the twist didn't happen, I might have actually liked it a little bit more, just if it was a regular high school zombie like romp, because there's nothing wrong with that, right? Now they give some little hints to the like an after school special kind of feel to this, or there's a little hint in the beginning, so I'm thinking the twist kind of has to do with that, or that's what they were trying to do. And okay, I could see it. Again, I just don't know if it quite landed. So yeah, halfway through the movie, this twist happens, and it really changes things. For me, there are some really fun little laughs in Unhuman. It was harmlessly entertaining, you know. It's probably not one that I'm gonna watch on a regular basis, but I would watch it again. You know, if they would have done away with some of the kind of comic book editing, done away with that twist, and just stuck with being a good zombie attack movie, I think I would have liked it more. Overall, I just think that they were almost there on a lot of things, but didn't really quite make it. Well worth a watch if you're just kind of looking to, you know, waste some time, watch a zombie movie that's brand new, and I mean like really brand new. It just came out this month. But if you're looking for, you know, the next classic zombie movie or something like that, this one probably isn't it. All that being said, for my overall movie ranking on this one, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Now that's not awful. Like I said, I would watch it again. I thought it was entertaining for what it was. I would have liked it a lot better without the big twist, but it was fun. Just not really how I like my zombie movies. Once again, big shout out to Horror Movies and Beyond for doing this giveaway where I won this free movie. I so enjoyed it and I really liked reviewing it and taking lots and lots of deep notes on it. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to everybody else for tuning in to another episode of Girl on Gore. I'm really looking forward to scaring up a little fun with you next time. And please let me know below, what are some of your favorite zombie movies or a zombie movie that you'd like to see me review and tear apart for like fashion moments and gore. Again, gore is something I really like. I didn't have a lot in this one to talk about. So yeah, give me one that's really bloody. Okay, see you next time.